working privately on it and ask people for their opinions and take advice and take criticism and all this sort of stuff and implement that into what you're doing. Because if you only do things by what you want to do, that's great. But if you want an audience, you need to listen to them. You need to know what other people want to hear, but also do what you want to create, if that makes sense. So it's not about just like selling yourself out and only doing what other people want, but it's also about finding what you love and then making it, listenable and, making it work for the people that are gonna listen to it. Because obviously everyone has their own style of doing things, but if your style of doing things is very abstract and doesn't have an audience particularly, then there's little tweaks and things that you can make to make it perfect for that audience. So yeah, it's just, just about really listening to everyone that gives you advice. Even if it's someone that doesn't know what they're talking about, they might still say something that actually kind of makes sense. So yeah, just listen to everyone when you get advice on music. Which was your favourite cruise port? Lisbon. Lisbon was amazing. I love Portugal. I've never been to Portugal. And I really, really enjoyed it. Madeira was a little bit weird, I must admit. Like, it was nice, but it was... I think the problem with Madeira is that it was really hard to get anywhere. Like, with Lisbon, you literally walked 2 minutes down the road and you were already in, like, the town centre and everything, and there was so much going on. Whereas with Madeira, there was, like, the Cristiano Ronaldo hotel or whatever, and then you sort of walk down a little bit, and there was like the cable car that you could go up, which the cable car looked cool, but the queue for that was insane. And then you walk up a little bit further and there's like a castle and things like that. So there was a few things to do, but it was just a little bit harder to get anywhere with Madeira, whereas I feel like if you knew it well, it would be a lot more fun. But because we didn't know what we were doing or where we were going, it was just very, very tricky to navigate. But why did I throw Calvin? Oh, I threw Calvin in the water. So it was, just to clarify, it wasn't an alive crab. It wasn't alive. It was very much not living anymore. But we found it literally just, weirdly, it was almost like someone else had put it there. Like, we found it sort of on the pavement, walking back towards the cruise ship on the docks. And it was just sort of sitting there with a bit of a cracked shell. And Tom goes, "Oh, look, a crab." But he sort of stood away from it because he's scared. And I was like, "Oh, I'll pick that up. That's hilarious." So I was just holding this crab and I was like, "This is amazing. This is such a cool crab." And then I started filming it. So yeah, sorry. Everyone's now like, "Oh, I thought it was alive." No, not alive. I wouldn't have thrown him in if he was alive. That would have been a bit harsh. But all I would have been doing there was feeding something else. Portuguese from Luca. No, we just sort of stood there and watched him talking Portuguese to other people and went, "Wow, I wish I could do this. This is fascinating." And then you realise how useless you are, that you're still trying to learn French on Duolingo and can't speak a second language. But that's why I'm trying to learn French. Hopefully, I've still got my Duolingo streak. For anyone who saw my story that I put out that one time, that I'd lost my Duolingo streak, it turns out I actually managed to get it back somehow, which I really don't understand how that worked. But so I lost like a fairly high Duolingo streak. Like, I think it was probably over 100. And I was devastated. And then the next day I found out I got it back. So I was like, "Oh, brilliant. And thank you to that person who just sent that, whatever that was." Sorry, I didn't see it. Oh, I can't say it. Oh, Summer Lily. There you go. But yeah, so what was I talking about? Oh, Duolingo, yeah. So I got my streak back and now I'm on like 178 or something, 79, something like that. So I'm waiting to get to a year, which will be good. You saw me on MSC Virtuosa. It was lovely to meet you, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm hoping that I can get better at French to a point where I can speak it. My only problem now is that I don't know anyone else that I can like practice with. I don't really know that many French people or people that speak French, so I need to find someone that I can just have conversations with, because I can read French really well, but I then struggle when it comes to actually talking and having a conversation with people, other than just saying "my sister is traveling to Brazil," which is not really a convenient sentence when you're trying to have a conversation with someone about random stuff. But yeah, thank you again, Summer Lily, by the way. Anyway, I'm probably not going to make this too long because I've been sat here for a while, but I'm glad we got to talk about Duolingo and the whole. And yes, I did have a good time on the ship. Thank you very much. But yeah, look after yourselves. Congrats to anyone who did well in their GCSEs. And like I said on my Instagram story, if you didn't do well in your GCSEs, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Obviously, for some people, it's amazing to pass their GCSEs and they're going to be able to utilise that and use it for something that, they want to do in their future. But for people that didn't pass their GCSEs, that doesn't mean life is over. That just means, use something else to do well. That's it. It's a grade. It doesn't mean that that's the only way you're going to succeed in life, especially with all of the new jobs coming up in the world now. It's just really easy to find something that doesn't require a school's curriculum to succeed. For example, being a social media person. Now, I did pass all my GCSEs, but regardless, I actually didn't need them anyway because I was doing what I'm doing, which is singing and social media. But at the same time, I've got a good understanding of business because of it, which is nice. But yeah, you don't need to do well in GCSEs to have a career in something you love, as long as you love it and you're dedicated to it. That is all that matters. And on that note, I'm going to disappear. Thank you to all the people that sent gifts. Jasmine, hang on, I'm trying to find Summer Lily as well, and Courtney and Zeddy, and anyone else who might send a gift during it. Stay safe, look after yourselves, and do all that fun stuff. I'm going to go and rest up now before the shows tomorrow because my voice is a little bit knackered and I want to be able to sing. So I should stop talking, is basically what I'm trying to say. So anyway, gracias, de nada. I'm not learning Spanish, I'm learning French. Merci, au revoir, enchanté. À demain. I think that's see you soon or see you tomorrow. Bonne soirée. What? Anyway, bye.